So we are going to Radio Voice Max. I have to start with a shot of what we are unboxing. Okay, number one, the Rode PodMic USB. I'm not even going to be talking until I have this on. And then we will have the Sony MDR7506. So this was Cloud Code's number one recommendation for me for monitoring my own sound, but it's not just for monitoring sound during the podcast. It's like at the level where you can even edit and like feel the differences in EQ. And what are we going to do? Okay, so Cloud Code like outline a bunch of steps for me, but mainly there is going to be like a voice check when I have this on. Currently, we have the audio from the MacBook M2 Air, and it's not very good. I'm standing far from it, so let's open it. And what we are also doing exposure therapy to being in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood. It's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. I was watching Wuthering Heights. I don't know which camera to look into. I have to bring it closer to the... Okay. It was 5 a.m. Now I have to go out of frame. It was 5 a.m. I was watching Wuthering Heights. After watching the season 3 of like White Lotus, it was a heavy binge until 5 a.m. And then I was like Wuthering Heights. And then I started getting these thoughts. I started having commentary on it. And I was like, this cannot go wasted. So I was thinking on the podcast, I wouldn't even have to like be dressed up or anything. I could just like leave voice notes and then I can have like whatever visual under it. I don't need to always be talking on camera. I don't need to be doing this when I'm podcast maxed. That's the idea that we're trying to get to. That's the level. And then we're also going to like build a podcast empire potentially. We will see. But the first step to that, really like the microphone makes the podcast so much so that all these words are wasted. And let's open it. Let's open it. Well, we need a whole body shot. Then I can put it down on the couch. Oh yeah, and I have to also like Cloud Code said like to highlight my experience in mics. This is my 7th mic. And I have 7 followers as well. So let's do a couch shot, even though it's a little messy. I push the table. Okay. This was working the last time. Maybe I have to change the camera. I can't change the camera. Interesting. What is a girl to do? Just back. Okay, we're back. I have to open it up here. Okay, it's fine. This is fine. It has a little bit of that Apple slide. You know, when the Apple box like feels so ergonomic, it's giving that. Almost, of course. What could get there? we have the foam pad here. Nice. It looks very nice, this mic. I was very happy with it. And I decided to get this one over the Shure MVI7 just because this one has a more serious podcasting look, and Shure really wanted to differentiate its lower quality microphones with a flashing light. They just couldn't help themselves. They could not make a good looking USB mic on purpose, and I understand why they did that. And I'm supportive, even though I did not get that one, I am supportive of them. I won't elaborate on this without a microphone. These are just teasers, I guess. Okay, we have gotten to something heavy, so I think this is it. This is the thing. Oh yes, and it's 5 a.m. It's 6:30 a.m. already. Well, that's what White Lotus season 3 will do to you if you start watching the year after it came out. Yeah, so this is like my pajama, but it's what I call a day walking pajama. So people don't ask, why are you in pajamas? That's what a day walking pajamas function is. But I feel like it's not on brand for me with my visual of brands so far online. So my 7 followers will be confused, but I just have to evolve as an artist. And why are we doing this? Because 80% of video is audio, and I'm talking because I don't know when I'm going to get. This is not out of the box ready. You do have to. Okay, this is heavy, so it feels like the brain of the microphone, if you know what I mean. Okay. Nice. Wow. Not too heavy. I don't know, like half a kilogram. This really explains why it's so much better than the microphone like in your laptop or in your phone. Like it's heavier than 5 phones, and it's all about just audio mixing. I on purpose left in the electric cable this time because I feel like it makes me more of a lo-fi artist. That's what the artist feedback was, that like low quality makes it like, then I could put this in a gallery, or I want to have an art installation, I think. But more on that when I have a mic. Mic. Okay, let's chill out. Let's just plug this in. Where is the plug? I feel like I opened everything. They didn't give me a plug. No, they have a new box. The last box in there, other than it. This is all we have, okay? USB-C to C. We have both. I hope so. USB-C, XLR input, covered by something I can't even take off. Wow. They put this plug in it. They are very protective, which is good. And also, I think some people who will be using it as a USB-C mic, you don't want a big hole just to trap dust. So it is wise. It has the monitoring input. I am so excited to finally be monitoring my audio. It's really sad that my legs are not in this shot, then there would be a reason to record the couch with the mic on it. I just find that sad, so I'm gonna push it back more. But then the mic won't. I will plug in the mic and then I will push the couch back and then we'll unbox the monitor. But how do I then check? No, I will just be shutting up mostly, pushing the table, making the camera ultra wide without changing the lens, and that's what we'll be doing. Okay, I will also not flash. So many things to focus on. Okay. Still my face. We have gone too far again. I'm in the frame. I've done this before. I don't know why it's not working out right now. It just none of these feel right. I think it's the day walking pajama. I don't like the look of it on camera. It's long, so it's gonna get there. Okay. Great. I'm gonna have to monitor by checking my Twitch. That's what I'm going to do. So exciting! Changing the input to the Rode Pod mic USB. Okay. So now you hear this, I don't hear this. I'm gonna go on Twitch and check if this is what I've been waiting for. I'm live for one viewer, I guess that's me. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. It did not sound that great, but it's hard to tell. It did not sound that great, but it's hard to tell. It sounds very. This is like a replay. I would. So there are many spots in the pipeline where this could be breaking down, and also I have to be managing my expectations, right? Like there is a gain setting, I think, that like you swipe with your finger, the golden thing here in the bottom. I think that would change things. I think also the quality may be different when I am monitoring the quality that's going into the mic, and that the mic is producing might not be what you're getting once it goes through my Wi-Fi connection, restream, and then it ends up in YouTube and Twitch. So we don't know, but I already love the look of me talking into a podcast microphone. I think it shows it just shows like one, it creates the right expectation in the viewer, right? If this is like a mostly talking situation. BRB. Well, okay. So we are going to be now. I don't even know how far I can go from the mic. I wouldn't even notice when I'm out of range. But we are going to unbox quickly the monitoring, get started with the monitoring. I literally, it's actually plug and play situation here with the USB mics. Yes, the quality that I'm expecting from here is capped by the fact that the mic is in its USB plug. I think a lot could be done with work in post. People are not going to feel it live, but like once it gets processed, maybe becomes a long form YouTube video, it could have much better audio. I saw that with the pod mic. I felt like, it sounds a bit scratchy. I think people are just not doing post on it, like post video work. So I'm just going to open this now, start monitoring, drill around with the gain, and maybe read up my notes since now the audio quality is deserving of it. Sony. Sony monitoring headphones. It was 100. Oh yeah, I also have to say price point. The PodMic USB, I got the 200 euro version. There, I also saw one version for 80, but I think that was only XLR. And the way that I record sometimes with my phone on the go, like low key, I wanted that USB connection, even though eventually I want to be with an XLR and a converter. But like the converter that like Shure has for USB mics is actually like very small. And I'm thinking that's probably the same thing that is in a USB XLR to USB microphone. Like, I don't think it's a different thing. I don't understand how people are connecting SM7Bs to cloud lifters, or not even to cloud lifters, but straight into this micro transitioner of XLR to USB C. I don't trust it more than I trust a USB C mic. So here we are. Here we are. But the truth, I will know the truth once I have a monitoring mic and once I have like five other microphones. This is not the end, okay? Interesting. interesting boxing choices. How much did you hear from the mic when it wasn't there? We will know. We will soon know what the radius of this mic is. Stop talking. Okay. Okay. It feels. Oh, I don't like it. I wanted something huge. I wanted like huge microphones that make me look like I'm autism maxing. Like I want it to be podcast maxing. I don't know if these headphones are too small for the visual cues that I wanted to set with my content. What the fuck is this? You don't see it, but it is huge. This part is huge. Right. But I think I can wrap it. Maybe I can take it off. Yes. Okay. Now it's smaller. Interesting. Does it fit? I can't hear myself. So does it? Hello. I hear something. It's red here. What does that mean? Interesting. It's not. Is it not on? Hmm. What's happening? This is so annoying. One thought that I have is that maybe I'm not able to monitor the USB. Is that true? Okay, we are back to using the mic as the audio. I pulled it out for a sec, so I had to reset it in the stream. Um, can I hear myself now? No, I can't hear anything. And this one doesn't have like a turn on button. This one doesn't have like a turn on button or anything because I got a wired one on purpose so that it would be like easier. I don't know whose fault this is, okay? I think it may be possible that for the USB-C you don't have real-time monitoring. That's crazy though. Like I felt like there is a lot of potential for this microphone, but also maybe it's made too much for the post recording flow. Maybe it's not for listening to yourself during the podcast. That could be the situation. So, but I feel like it's giving designer. You don't see it, but it looks like this. I loved the look of it on the image on Amazon. So it looks like that. It's like blue. Nobody else is doing this, okay? So I felt great about it. I think it still has potential. I'm gonna ask like my flatmate that is going to music school to like what could be going on, and I will ask Cloud Code what could be going on with the monitoring because we want the monitoring to work. That's really where all of this. First, it's kind of like confusing why podcasters even wear microphones or like headphones, but after a while, you just get tired of all these audio things happening and you having no idea and running a whole podcast without it. So it's just nice to be, and you're also experiencing it with the eyes, with the ears of the consumer. That's the way I want it. I want real time feedback while I'm talking. I want it real time. Okay. But this was it. So I guess I will report back on the experiences after I've grown into using this like budget podcasting setup. The PodMic USB was 200. The Sony headphones were 100. So it's kind of the cheapest good podcast setup you can get. Okay, bye.